Hello, welcome back to the 2024 reading journal that I'm filling out. We're going to do March. We have been using these 10 before the end pages as our cover pages for each month. I'm going to take February and duplicate it. I read 8 books in March, so I'm going to duplicate this February reads page, change the title. I need to copy one of these because I have 8 books this month. And I think I'll center them. I'm just going to take the covers of the books that I read in March and drop them over top of the covers from February. I'll be back when that's finished. The cover page for March is done. Let's go down and choose our best book of the month. I think it was Wayward. Put that there. And there's our February review. Again, because I had such a similar amount of books, I think I'm just going to duplicate this page because then I've got all of my text and everything implemented. I just have to go in and change all the titles. I'm going to do that now. I'll meet you back. March review page is finished. I had to add a line down here because I duplicated the February one that only had 7 books. So I just extended these boxes and then added a single line. To add a single line, you just hit L on your keyboard. It will add a line. Now, unfortunately, this one it's added is white, so you can't see it, but just choose your line color, choose the weight of your line. 4 is quite thick. I like to do it at 1. And if you hold the Shift key while you're extending it, it'll make sure that it stays nice and straight for you. But that's all I did there, was just added a line. Okay, and now it's time to move on to our book reviews. So again, I am just going to duplicate because then I don't have to add all this new text. I've got it here. I can just change it by double clicking on it and then change the name of it. If your title is too long, you can change the font size here and just drag and drop your new cover over top of the old one. I'm going to go in and fill all these out for the 8 books that I read in March. Now I'll move on to the narrators. I think I've got 11 this month. I'm going to duplicate one of the ones from February, and I've got quite a few famous people this month, but I will go in and change the narrators, and I'll be back. Narrators are all finished. Now I'm going to move on to my authors. I read 8 books in March, but I have 7 new authors. I'm going to duplicate this page from February. I'll fill those out and meet you back here when they're done. Authors are all finished. I only read 1 book that was included in a series in the month of March, but it was doozy. It was the 2nd book in the Throne of Glass series, so I'm going to fill out my series page for that. Now, Throne of Glass has, I believe, 8 books in it, and I only have room for 6. So while I'm going to duplicate this page from February, I'm going to add my Throne of Glass books, but then I believe I'm also going to duplicate this again and just have the last 2 books on a separate page. Well, that finishes up our pages for March. We had 3 summary pages. We ended up with 8 books, 8 review pages. I had 9 new narrators this month. And for authors, even though we had 8 books, we ended up with 7 new authors this month. And only 1 series, although it did take up 2 pages. So in total, we ended up with 29 pages for the month of March. And that's great. Can't wait to get into April. So join me again. And that's what we'll be doing is April of 2024. If you're using this tracker, use this code. You can get a discount in my shop. Thanks so much.